So, Chris Noth, he's been found guilty by a jury of 3. But you're saying, hang on a minute, don't you need a jury of 12? And I don't think the trial's even started. But you're not on the news like Walrus Rider is. Let's have a look at this. We've got the jury of 3 here. We've got Cynthia and Nixon issuing a statement about Chris Noth. We've also got Kristin Davis issuing a statement about their so-called friend Chris Noth. And last but not least, we've got Sarah Jessica Parker issuing the very same statement about Chris Noth. Now, you get a laugh about this because it reminds me of remember Minority Report, where you had the 3 precogs, and this one looks a bit like Cynthia Nixon, I think. But yeah, it's getting ridiculous, isn't it? That basically they're throwing him under the bus. Let's have a look at the statement. Let's have a look at what they actually said. So look at Cynthia Nixon here. We'll just zoom in. So let's read between the lines how they found him guilty. We are deeply saddened to hear the allegations against Chris Noth. We support the women who have come forward and shared their painful experiences. We know it must be a very difficult thing to do, and we commend them for it. Cynthia Nixon, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kristin Davis. Oh my God. It's like, what happened to innocent until proven guilty? Look, don't get me wrong. I sort of think that maybe he's guilty, but you've got to take it to trial, and they're already like cancelling him. Like the Equaliser got cancelled, his talent agencies cancelled him. Everyone's dropping him. Peloton ads are gone. Like, he's pretty much been convicted before anything's gone to trial. It's just stupid. It's like, is this how the world works now? You just trial by media, trial by so-called friends, throw them under the bus. It's like, I think I'm beginning to understand why Chris Noth and Kim Cattrall just didn't want to do the reboot. Maybe they know. Everyone's saying maybe Sarah, the 3 Musketeers, I'm going to call them. Maybe the 3 Musketeers knew something about Chris that we didn't know, but maybe Chris and Kim Cattrall know things about Cynthia, Sarah Jessica, and Kristin Davis that we don't know about, and that's why they don't want to work for them. Because there was a bit of an outburst, if you remember, on when Kim Cattrall's brother died, and Kim Cattrall on her Instagram said, "I would like to thank my fans, friends, and my Sex and the City colleagues for the outpouring support for myself and family over the past 72 hours. But then she said, oh dear. And then she said, I don't need your love or support at this tragic time at Sarah Jessica Parker. Yikes. And then she went on to say, we'll just zoom in on this, see if we can read it a bit better for you. There we go. So she went on to say to Sarah Jessica, my mum asked me today, when will that Sarah Jessica Parker, that hypocrite, leave you alone? Your continuous reaching out is a painful reminder of how cruel you really were then and now. Let me make this very clear, if I haven't already. You are not my family, you are not my friend, so I'm writing to tell you one last time to stop exploiting our tragedy in order to restore your nice girl, in inverted commas, persona. Oh dear. So this is the, let's have a look at the link. Let's have a look at the link. They've left a link here. So you got to copy and paste the link because they don't have hyperlinks in let's go to address a new tab. Let's have a look at this. So inside the mean girls culture that destroys Sex and the City. So there's a bit going on. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a bit going on here. So you can read all sorts of things into this. Did they set Chris up? Are they annoyed? Is Sarah Jessica annoyed that basically they're going to spend millions of dollars on this HBO series and it's probably going to be a flop because Mr. Biggs, they wrote him off first episode. The timing, everything. It's very interesting, isn't it? So what do you guys think? I don't know what's going on, really. I think Chris maybe... I read an article where it was saying that after the dates, if you want to call them dates or encounters, one was basically when I think he was single. It was around 1994 when he was in the peak of stardom with Mr. Big in Sex and the City, and the second one was just a few years ago when he was still married. So come on. And these girls went back to his apartment apparently, which come on, girls, you got to take some sort of responsibility if a guy's inviting you to their apartment alone. Come on, fill in the gaps. This is what gets me about the whole Harvey Weinstein thing as well. I remember Pamela Anderson. She goes, my mum always told me, never go to a guy's hotel room, blah blah blah, or to directors and all that sort of thing. But if you do, make sure you get the part. So that was quite funny. That was on 60 Minutes. I'll see if I can find the episode and put a link in the description where Pamela Anderson actually said that, and I sort of thought, wow, she knows the deal. She's pretty street smart. She knows the deal, that the guy is going to ask for something in return for something else. So, man, this is just going to get really messy, isn't it? But trial by media, we have, man, they're sticking together, that's for sure. All three. Let's have a look. 15 hours ago. So let's see if they're all about the same time too. Yeah, Kristin Davis 15 hours ago. And Sarah Jessica Parker 15 hours ago. So they all basically synchronized their watches and did the same statement at exactly the same time. Let's have a look at some of the comments. I was looking at Kristin Davis, comments to Kristin Davis one. So let's have a look at Sarah Jessica Parker's. There we go. This one looks like someone flogging a book. I won't even read that one. Oh dear. So it looks like it's going to be a bit of support for Chris Noth here. I wouldn't be so presumptuous that he's innocent, but you never know. I think it was a sort of fangirl type situation, and of course Chris probably took advantage of the situation. And I remember after the dates, he sent him a message sort of saying, this was fun, wasn't it? It was fun. So he was sort of questioning maybe what he did. But that will come out in court, I think. They'll probably go through all these text messages and that sort of thing. Okay, so let's have a look at some of these messages. And why have these women waited years to complain? Well, this is the usual thing that usually happens. Where have they been so far? Maybe because now the sequel to Sex and the City has come out respectively. There is noise around Chris, and so these women will gain popularity, but they're doing it anonymously, like that's the thing. So whole story is very cheap. So there's definitely a Chris Noth fan there. At Chris Noth, always defend you, just saying. Woo! Bit of a backhander there. It's like here your friends of almost 30 years haven't been supporting you and defending you. Because if you've got any doubt, like if they thought that these allegations were bogus, they would have said, we are deeply saddened to hear the bogus allegations maliciously brought forward against our friend Chris Noth. We don't support women coming forward with these lies, and it's going to be a very difficult time for Chris, and we commend Chris for his patience in dealing with these slanderers. So that would be the other end of the spectrum. But I think everyone, like when I first read it, I sort of thought, has everyone seen what I'm seeing? I think they've just thrown Chris under the bus. And I think it's definitely, they have thrown Chris under the bus here. But others have said, heartbreaking news. Let's have a look here. There's a lot of this going on, and just like that, I will never ever watch anything you're ever in again. Here we go. There's a bit of this going on too. Well, I hope your son gets the same treatment with no proof, only allegations. Jeez, I'm telling you. So it's obviously not moderated. Because I don't think Sarah Jessica would like these comments. There's no support for Sarah Jessica. This reminds me of the Mike Tyson interview with Natalie Barr. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link over over that side. Where are we? Over that side. Near to what's happening. I'll leave a link there. If you haven't seen the Mike Tyson interview, there wasn't much support for Natalie Barr either. Absolutely disgusting that you would come out and back people where no evidence has been provided, no court case taking place. By you coming out with a statement, you're slandering somebody who does not have the right to defend himself in the public court. Yeah, because if it's a court case, and also this could backfire on the Three Musketeers too, because the defense lawyer could say, well, hang on, you've basically gone public, the three co-workers, and basically said he's guilty. So I'll call it a mistrial. We can't have a proper and fair trial now because there's no presumption of innocence, and Chris will probably get off. Of course, none of this probably matters now because now mud sticks and people are already dropping him anyway. So, he needs to countersue. If he truly believes that nothing happened and he's got evidence, he should countersue these women. Needs to clear his name if that's the case. So this is on Sarah Jessica. She's talking about Sarah Jessica. I've been a fan of yours for a long time. It's two words actually, a long time. But sadly, this has changed for me now. These allegations, nothing more. Chris' career is probably over, and you're standing by the woman who are accusing him. How about supporting your friend right now? Way to throw your co-worker and friend under the bus just because he's a man. Wow. Lots of support from women for Chris Noth as well. It's interesting. Disgraceful post by these three actresses. Why choose to support people probably just seeking money from a now famous actor? Why disbelieve Chris Noth? Well, it could be that too. There could be that angle that it might be gunning for a out-of-court settlement. That's what happened to Michael Jackson, but we won't go there because I think that's a different case altogether. I'm going to cancel my TV subscriptions, so I'm not tempted to watch these women anymore. How can you go from this in a matter of weeks, all on the word of a stranger? Either they knew and enabled, or they just threw people under the bus on a whim without due process. Yikes. Indeed, screw due process, guilty until he prolapses for JJ, or is exonerated, whichever comes first. Too little, too late for you, I'm done. Oh, offensive. Let's have a look at the offensive ones. I can't read them out if they're too offensive, though. Mean Girls Insta story. Well, that's not too bad. Throw him under the bus before the investigation. Well, that's not too bad either. Let's have a look at what's going on over at Kristin Davis. Charlotte, you're my favourite too. I love Charlotte and Samantha. The yin and the yang, the two contrasts. I used to be a big Sex and the City fan, but not anymore. These cancellations are now following a pattern formula. Targets someone that no one will defend. Decade plus incidents equals no proof to support either way. D-list celeb join witch hunt. Time now around launch of TV show. Sex and the City reboot in this case. Cancel culture sucks. Hashtag. Interesting. Has anyone come forward with allegations without evidence or a trial, and that's that? So far, he's just a cheater because he was married. Well, was he married back in 1994? I didn't look that up, sorry. Might have been. Has he been married twice? Don't know. So far, he's just cheated, but he was married, but the rest should come after a trial, not saying it's not true. So this is sort of around my lines. I'm sort of thinking along these lines too. Not saying it's not true, but come on. How can this just be said and that's the end? I agree. They shouldn't be talking because it's going to be a court case, maybe. So, yeah, they shouldn't be giving their a statement like that. It's basically a concrete statement saying that which side they're on, and it's definitely going to prejudice the case. The prosecution's got a case here to throw it out. So brave, well done, girls. Let's have a look at the pronouns. Justice for all. No idea. What happened to being innocent? So what have we got here? We've got about 10, 20 pro Chris Noth versus one basically, unless he's being sarcastic, one basically supporting the three Sex and the City girls. Whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty? Just remember Kevin Spacey. Nothing had been proved against him, but the damage was done. What did happen to Kevin Spacey? He got jail time, didn't he? So that's probably not a good example. He said allegation. Why burn the guy before a fair trial? Do you remember the witches of Salem? I think somebody else said that, the witches of Salem, and then they piped up and goes, but the witches were women. Another trial by social media then. They shouldn't have said anything. That's my view. Thank you, judge and jury. This is still America. Begs question, why get involved in this? I don't know. There's more to it, isn't there? Why are they so against Chris? Are they annoyed that, because Big, basically, he was, what would you call him? He was just in the background. You needed Chris. You needed Chris in the series. Now, without Chris and Samantha, Kim Cattrall, there is no Sex in the City. Hang on. Support for their painful experience. Yes, so painful that 22 and 25-year-old women then completely forgot what happened and with whom until this new release reminder, the squillions of Good Wife episodes all passed them by, and their reports and their police reports at the time. So yeah, one of the things was they said that the new reboot had brought back painful memories, and that's why they came forward. But as they pointed out, he was in The Good Wife for many years as well after Sex in the City. So why do it now? It's a shame that Chris Noth has lost his reputation, his job on accusations. Always thought in the US people were presumed innocent until found guilty. He's not even had a chance to defend himself. If it's true, then okay then. But if it's lies, then he's destroyed for nothing. Exactly. Another good reason to stop watching this awful show. Oh, here we go. So somebody's actually done the other way. Works both ways. We're deeply saddened to hear about Kim Cattrall's allegation about Sarah Jessica Parker. We commend Kim's bravery in coming forward and sharing her painful experiences. That is good. So that's what I pointed out before, that there was painful experience between Kim Cattrall and Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kim made it pretty clear that they are not friends. That's for sure. So there we go. So there's quite a bit on Kristin Davis. I'll leave the links there. You can have a look. Just go straight to our Twitter accounts here. Wow. There's Walrus Rider. That's my account there if you want to follow me. Walrus Rider WT YouTube for YouTube. How many followers have I got? I've got 7. I only set it up a couple of weeks ago or whenever it was. It wasn't that long ago. I thought, I'll do a separate account for my YouTube channel. So I wrote, I see why Kim and Chris didn't want to do the reboot now. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for supporting these women. There we go, Misty Dawn. There we go. One for the I Hate Chris team. No further questions, no defense, guilty by accusation, judgment instantly. They weren't friends. Like, it's obvious, isn't it? Ridiculous of you not to support your friend and support women who came out 17 and 6 years later to get money and 15 minutes of fame. I'm about supporting sexual abuse, but not when it is like this and ruining a person's career. Yeah, that's the thing. Should there be different rules for public figures because they make their money in the public eye? Maybe you can't say anything in public until the court case has been run and they've been found guilty or innocent. Because basically, they've just dropped Chris off everything. Dropped the Equaliser, his agents dropped him, Peloton ads are gone. Yep. Well, Peloton's bloody tanking at the moment, apparently. There we go. So let's have a look quickly for next one. It's going a little bit over time. I only wanted to go for about 10 minutes. So, Cynthia Nixon. Let's have a look at what they're saying. Has she enabled comments? I hope so. So this is interesting. First comment is in support of Cynthia. I commend you all for making this statement. I can't imagine how difficult it is to come to terms that someone you care about has participated in gross conduct or misconduct. The emotional toll for that is tremendous, but thank you for believing and standing up for the women. This is craven beyond belief. Shadowy, unproven allegations that may or may not be true, but you have no idea yet because it wasn't adjudicated. Unless there's a small chance, unless he bragged about it at work or whatever, slept with another fan last night. Who knows? But at the moment, they're only giving us that bit of info. So no, we question these allegations, but support the women who have come forward, throwing Noth under the bus. Weak response. You knew this since at least 1995, and their stories of being raped include blood stitches, trips. To talk about that too much because basically YouTube, when I talk, they turn everything into a transcript, and then this won't be advertiser friendly if I mention such and such words. It's getting a little bit like the CCP, isn't it? You have to watch what you say on YouTube now, because it will come up with not advertiser friendly. Maybe support the truth instead of allegations. Just a thought. So, yeah, nice of you to throw under the bus. Fair trial and chance to confront his accusers. Speak to more of you. Curse to repeat. Oh dear. So, this one's popped up again. Works both ways. You've known about. Well, it's the same sort of thing that I was saying with Harvey Weinstein, like with Meryl Streep. Apparently, she knew all about Harvey, and it was like just well known, wasn't it? But everyone knew about what happened in Hollywood. It was called the casting couch. I remember when I was a little kid. They talked about the casting couch, at least 40 years ago. It was just one of those things. It's like the price you pay to get into Hollywood. I'm not saying it's right, but it was the price you pay to get into Hollywood, and I'm pretty sure every girl that went to Hollywood knew what needed to be done to get a role. A lot of these directors, the infamous casting couch. Maybe we can do a little full screen here. Let's have a look. Let's look up the casting couch. When did the casting couch start? Casting couch in Hollywood industry. When did it start? There you go. So Variety magazine. I think Variety's pretty respected. Casting couch tactics plagued Hollywood long before Harvey Weinstein. Absolutely. It happened way before Harvey Weinstein. There's always note for making blah blah blah. It says long before Weinstein, there was the guy that co-founded Metro Goldwyn Mayer, Louis B. Mayer. In 1924, Mayer, the ground zero of this kind of abuse, had means, motive, opportunity, and that critical piece of the puzzle, the whip. If movement didn't comply, hate pop-up ads. If women didn't comply, he threatened to ruin their careers or those of their loved ones. Sound familiar? Yes, it does. So, personally, I applaud the Me Too movement. They should have had a statute of limitations, reduced sentences, saying this is drawing the line. We're not accepting this casting couch type of way in Hollywood, and that's it. Move forward, because they could go back to 1924, couldn't they? Everyone saw them. I think Mr. Mayer wouldn't be alive now, but you could go through the whole lot of them. All right, so back to click. Back to Cynthia. We'll just finish this up now. Hope you're enjoying this. Hopefully it's not too boring. So instead of hanging back and not making a comment against someone you've had a working relationship 15 years plus, let's just take the word of people without due process. This is the effed up message to society, that if it comes out he's innocent, what the F you say? Oh dear, yeah. Well, put it this way, Chris has got evidence now that they're slandering him publicly. his 3 co-stars. So he could basically sue them if he got proven innocent, do a civil case against them. There we go, guys. I'll leave it there because you can run through these yourself. I like to keep my videos under 20 minutes usually, so it's gone a little bit over time. So just quickly flick through, see if there's anything that catches my eye really quickly, and then we'll say goodbye. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm Walrus Rider Insta on Instagram. I'm Walrus Rider WT for YouTube on Twitter. So there we go, guys. Have a good night. Merry Christmas if I don't do too many videos before Christmas, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.